Among motorcyclists and other small engine people, we have a particular distaste for alcohol in our fuel, which the government keeps attempting to increase, not only sustain, but increase alcohol in the gas. It becomes very important to know whether the gasoline you're buying and using has alcohol or not. I have not seen anything that's that effective in demonstrating how to do this. It's incredibly helpful to have a graduated cylinder, which I happen to have here. Alcohol attracts itself to water. So the idea is that if you put a little bit of water and mix it with a gasoline, that if there is alcohol in the alcohol in the gasoline will separate itself from the gas and cling to the water. So if you know how much water you put in my case, I'm going to put in 100 milliliters of water, which is basically the first graduation on my 1 liter graduated cylinder here. Maybe just a hair more. If I put 500 milliliters or half a liter of fuel in here, that'll give me a total of 600 milliliters. And what we will expect to see after shaking it up a little bit, we'll expect to see this 100 milliliters of water combined with roughly 10% of the 500 or 50 milliliters of the alcohol in the gas, combine all into one sort of cloudy mixture that stratifies out at about 150 milliliters is what we're expecting to see on the graduated cylinder. That's what we expect to see. So let's get to it. I'm going to take my gas can with my candidate gas, and I'm going to fill it not to the 500 but to the 600 level, accounting for the 100 milliliters of gasoline or water that's already in there. See if I can do this without making a complete mess. That's surprisingly more difficult than it looks like it should be. That's a little bit more than 600, but it is 600. About 510. So we would expect to see 51 or so. So now what we need is something to cover the top of this while we give it a shake. Okay, rotating it back around. We're going to let that set for a couple minutes. We'll come back and we'll see the results of our alcohol test. Okay, phase 2 of our ethanol project is to get stated ethanol-free fuel from Casey's Farmdale and place the same 100 milliliters of water at the bottom, place 500 milliliters of fuel on top, and I just got that done, so let me shake it up a little bit here. Not easy to do this. Okay, we'll see what happens. We're expecting to see that the 100 milliliters of water and the 500 milliliters of fuel stay stratified just as they were in the first place. No changes taking place. So we should end up after a minute or two here with only 100 milliliters of water in here. I don't know why this is so difficult, but there's a lot of sloppiness going on. It takes a little bit of precision to see the effect of the alcohol. The alcohol will go to the water, but if you don't have that much fuel, there's not that much alcohol. It's only 10% at max. What we found in the other test is it actually is only 5%, roughly, that stratifies. So you have the water strata, the cloudy strata, which is the alcohol interacting with the water, and then the fuel strata, which is above the top. Maybe a little bit difficult to see. The water level is right exactly at 100 milliliters, and on top of that, there is absolutely no cloudiness. The entire thing is transparent. There is no opaqueness to it, so it is clear that this fuel contains no alcohol. Casey's Farmdale stated to be alcohol-free. It is, and Casey's Germantown not stated to be alcohol-free, but apparently has a fairly low content. Maybe that's normal, I don't know. But it was only stratifying out at about 5%. You're welcome. Talk to you later.